Who's in the library? It's not supposed to be anybody in here. We're closed. But I thought I heard an owl in here. Did you hear any owls in here? Wonder if we're gonna hear those sounds again. Hey, there's a little owl peeking out there. Hey, little guy, how'd you get in here? Are you doing okay? You need to nod your head once if you're doing okay. I'm a little bit worried. Uh-oh. He's not doing anything. Are you okay, little guy? You want to have story time? Do you want to listen? Yeah? Oh, he wants to hear a story. Look at him. He's a happy little guy. Hey, I'm Library Mike, and I'm happy to be here with you this morning on this beautiful day in Sulikout. We're going to sing a few songs on the guitar. We're going to learn a couple things. We're going to have a look at some awesome stories. So here we go. We start with this little song that I love to sing to people as a way to bring them in the library, get everyone happy, get everyone singing. So if you know the lyrics, sing along. We are going to be friends by a band called the White Stripes. And we've changed the lyrics just a little bit to make it about a public library, all right? So now, Mr. Owl, do you want to come sing along with me? Don't be shy. Come on, Mr. Owl. Everyone out there, you got to yell, come on, Mr. Owl, as loud as you can. There he is. It worked. Great. Here we go. Here we go, Mr. Owl. Fly with me, Mr. Owl, we'll go to the library. Look at all those books, we'll find treasures there for you and I. I can tell that we are gonna be friends. Do you agree? I can tell that we are gonna be friends. I think he was shaking his head no there. Mr. Owl, we're gonna be friends. You just wait and see. We're gonna count some numbers, 1, 2, 3. We're gonna sing the alphabet, A, B. Oh, I always forget this one. Mr. Owl, do you know the answer? C. Hey! Oh, did you hear that? A, B, C. Look at all the treasures on the shelf for you and I. I can tell that we are gonna be friends. I can tell that we are gonna be friends. Somebody painted a gigantic red bear on the wall. Do you see him? He's right there. There's lots of colors, lots of animals. Can you name them all? So walk with me, Mr. Owl, and we'll go to the library. I can tell that we are gonna be friends. Yes, I can tell that we are gonna be friends. Okay. You know, sometimes it gets a little bit lonely in the library. Just me and my guitar and my camera. Sometimes I kind of wish I had some more friends to hang out with. I wonder if they would pop by and, you know, I wish my friends would just drop by and pay me a visit sometime. Oh, what's happening right now? Frogs, mooses, ravens, more turtles, Mother Goose. Oh, all my friends are popping by for a visit. It's incredible. It's fantastic. It's amazing. A lion stopped by. A witch stopped by. She needs some stories. Woo! Sea turtles. Mother Goose. They all want to hear some stories. I've also got 3 amazing books about birds. Owls, hawks, and falcons. The library's closed, but you can still check out books. Let Library Mike know, we'll make it happen, okay? So we've got 3 little books on birds. And as some of you may have guessed, we're gonna sing a song about 3 little birds. A song written by a fantastic songwriter by the name of Bob Marley. And his daughter created this book in honor of one of her favorite songs that her dad wrote. It's called 3 Little Birds. Most people might know it by the name of Every Little Thing Is Gonna Be Alright. Maybe it's a message we need to remind ourselves of today, and maybe every day. It's a nice thing to think about. I love this story. I love these illustrations. So it's about little people just like you in the world. And I'm hopefully not gonna forget how to play this one. I've got my birds, they want to sing. Here we go. And all of you at home, I want you to play along. When you hear my guitar, it's doing that chick-down, 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 chick-down. And you can go like this at home. You can go chick-down, 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 chick-down. If you want to do hand claps at home, it's a pretty fast hand clap, okay? It's don't sing and don't worry about a thing. So try that one at home if you want. It'll sound good with my guitars, okay? Here we go. I rise up this morning, I smile with the rising sun. 3 little birds, hey, I only see 2 little birds. Are we missing a bird? They pitch on my doorstep, Mr. Owl, singing sweet songs of melodies pure and true. They're saying, this is my message to you. Singing, don't worry about a thing, because every little thing is gonna be alright. Now what happens next? I love this page. I help in the kitchen and I stir up delicious fun, and those 3 little birds, they fly by my window. They're chirping out loud, they're reminding us each day, you know, everyone can make a mistake, they say. And we're singing, don't worry about a thing, because every little thing is gonna be alright. If you want to read that book, and we got a few more by Mr. Bob Marley and his daughter Sedila, you can check that one out too. I'd like to talk about somebody very special. Now that's a painting of her. That's Mrs. Peggy Sanders, who used to be the CEO of the public library here in Sioux Lookout. And there's a great story about her. When they built this building in 1989, when I was only 8 years old, someone said, we should name this the Peggy Sanders Library. And she said, no, you shouldn't. And they said, why? And she said, well, because the public library belongs to everybody. Belongs to you, belongs to me, doesn't belong to one person. You can't put one person's name on it. Belongs to everybody. And that's why we need to hear your ideas. What should I do for story time? What stories do you want to hear? Well, we'll make it happen, okay? So when little boys and girls would come to the library, or she would always ask the question, hey, who runs the library? And she got all kinds of awesome answers, like pirates, and dinosaurs, and the Queen of England, and the President of the United States. So rest assured that the President of the United States does not own the Sioux Lookout Public Library. You own the Sioux Lookout Public Library. We all own it together, okay? It's something that we all create together and enjoy together. And I can't wait until I can open up my doors and let everybody back in, okay? But that might not happen for a while, so in the meantime, we're going to read stories online and share things online and talk to each other and say, hey, let's do story time together. Let's all share our favorite songs and stories. It's called Librarian on the Roof. True story. So there was a little library in Texas, way down in America in the desert. Little town. And it was a very boring place with not a lot of color. It was missing a couple things. It was missing an exciting atmosphere. Most importantly though, it was missing children. Little kids just weren't going to this library. So they hired a new children's librarian. And she walked in and said, hey, good morning. Where's all the kids? And her boss went, shh. There's no kids in here, it's a library. And she said, no. That's not right. You can't have a library without kids in it. So, she said, we need a children's area. We need a space just like this one in the Sioux Lookout Public Library that's just for kids. So she said, we'll have a parade. She had bagpipe players. And then she said, people want this thing, but we need to raise about $20,000. And we could sell cookies and do a bake sale, but maybe we need to think a little bit bigger here. And so, she had the bright idea of putting on a hard hat, grabbing a megaphone and some supplies, and she climbed up and up and up and up and up until she was 50 feet in the air, and she was the librarian on the roof. And she said, "I will stay on this roof until we have raised enough money for our children's section." And everybody on the ground said, "Get off the roof. Librarians are not supposed to be on the roof, they're supposed to be inside getting work done." She said, "I'm not coming down." And she launched water balloons at people. She had a tent. Somebody gave her blueberry muffins. How come nobody's sending me buckets of blueberry muffins? And people kept saying, "Get off that roof. What you're doing is not gonna work." And she said, "Oh, it's gonna work." And soon enough, they had raised enough money. One person gave a check for $10,000. And then there was a lightning storm and her tent almost flew off the building, but she stayed through the night. And when she woke up the next day, she heard the good news. They hadn't raised $20,000. They hadn't raised $30,000. They had raised $39,000. And of course, now that she had won, she had to climb down. She had to climb down and hug all her people and go enjoy her new children's area. And so something very similar to this happened right here in Sioux Lookout. So when I was a little boy, they built this building, and then all the boys and girls in Sioux Lookout helped to carry books from the old library, the Sarah Vaughan Public Library. That was across the street from this library. We carried all the books, we formed a book chain, and we passed books from one person to the next. And then they built this area. And when they built this library, it had a dedicated children's area, just like the other one, but this space is very beautiful, lots of color. We have local artists, such as Amu Anjikaneb, who have made us these beautiful paintings to hang on our walls, so we're very blessed and grateful to have those artists and people who make things. We've had little people like you out there make us decorations that hang from the ceiling. That was made by someone who lived in Sioux Lookout and came to the library. Over here, this is maybe my favorite thing in the library. We've got this painting right here. And this was made by a bunch of children who were about 3 to 8 years old. And they made it with green peppers and oranges and pastel crayons and markers. And nobody told them what to do. That was the best thing about it. There was no plan. We weren't trying to make a picture. We weren't telling these kids what to do. We said, "Here's your stuff, make it happen." And they drew us that amazing picture. Okay, so that's gonna be it for today. So this is our trial run. We're still trying to figure things out, trying to make this work. We're getting some technical difficulties, but Library Mike is understanding this technology, making it work. And I want to just say one last time here that I want to do this every week, and I want to bring stories and songs and some activities, some how-tos with you out there. So you got to let me know what you want to hear. So comment below, send us a message, call the library, say, "Hey, my favorite story is this. You guys should do it." Or, "I love this craft. Can you do a craft day?" Or, "I want to sing this song. Let's do this song." So let me know. I'm really hoping some animal friends can sing with me. And if they want, if they behave, if they stay still for the whole song, maybe then they can fly around the room. I don't know. Walk with me, big moose, and we'll go to the library. Look at all those books we'll find, treasures there for you and I can tell that we are gonna be friends. Oh, you too, Mr. Raven. I can tell that we are gonna be friends. We're counting numbers 1, 2, 3. We're singing the alphabet A, B, C. And I can tell that we are gonna be friends. And I can tell that we are gonna be friends. I'm really surprised no animals wanted to fly around there, but Maybe they're feeling tired. Get out there, enjoy the day, people. It's going to be a beautiful summer. We're going to have lots of fun. Get out there, look at nature, find some birds. They're everywhere. They're singing. They're flying around the library. They're being chased by gigantic moose. We'll see you next time. Woo!